15 is going to be Bioshock.
Bioshock. The OG
Yes.
OG Bioshock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Take-Two Interactive, Ken Levine, whatever his name is. He's putting out a new game, Judas, which is literally just Bioshock, just called different. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my number 15, but it's also Josh's number 1 favorite game of all time.
Goddamn.
I know Nikki Jakey made a video about it.
Yeah.
And really, it's a combination of like... The plot twist in it is really good. There's a really good twist. That's really fun. But like the core gameplay and exploring Rapture is really why I like it.
Yeah.
Because like it's the underwater city and everyone in it is a psychopath. And there's the big daddies, which are a bitch, who you get to play as one in the second one. But yeah, you're going around Rapture. You get like the power in one hand and your weapon in the other hand, and you can like use them both. It's really fun. It's a really fun, interesting game that the setting really takes center stage.
What genre would you say Bioshock is?
It's a shooter.
Okay. Is it a horror first-person shooter?
It
Because
do
I've
be,
seen
it do be like that sometimes. There's like jump scares,
yeah,
or
it do
maybe
be kinda
just like
scary.
one.
I think it's the atmosphere. It's the fact that Big Daddy and the little sisters, what are
Yeah.
they called? They're
Yeah.
just little sister?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, the fact that they're kind of the, Mr. X of these games where you can just find them wherever. They don't necessarily follow you around, but it's like you don't want to throw down with them the first time you see them.
Yeah, and they'll, unless you get close to them, they will never touch you. But you want to get them because you have to save or harvest the little sisters
Yeah.
to like power up. So you don't have to, but you kind of should.
Yeah, and that's another really interesting thing about this game that I've known about for a while because I was too scared to continue playing it when it came out, so I just watched footage from both endings where you either harvest all of the little sisters or you save them. And obviously saving all of the little sisters gets you the good ending.
Yeah.
But I don't know, is it the same character in the second game? No, right?
No.
Yeah. So
No, you play as I think his name is Jack, I think. I forget what the actual character's name, but no, 2 you play as a Big Daddy, and 3
the whole time.
Yeah, 3 you're infinite. It's fucking
Yeah.
Mr. Do It.
Yeah, dude. The Bioshock 3, I was so shocked, pun intended, when I saw the trailer for that for the first time because it legit did not. I didn't expect to see Bioshock at the end of that trailer. It's so different from, or on the surface, it seems so different than the other
Yeah,
two
because
Bioshock
you're in the sky, so
Yeah.
it's like,
and
yeah.
it seems a lot more the atmosphere of being underwater and being scared and there's still a lot of mystery to solve, but it's so different because in the original Bioshock, my only first impressions were, oh my god, this is scary. Oh my god, am I shooting up now? What are these needles and why do I have to use them all the time? And oh shit, I can use the Force. And that was cool.
Yeah, that's a really fun one. That's my favorite one. Just throw shit at people.
That was a game that came out in a time where I spent a lot of my game playing. I spent a lot of that playing rental games. I didn't buy a whole lot of games. One, because they were expensive, and I wasn't making my own money back then, so I had to like ask my mom to buy me a game, which it's like, unless it's your birthday or Christmas, it's really hard to convince your parents to like buy you a game. At least it was for me. So I was like, can I go rent a game from Hollywood Video, which then became Game Crazy, and yeah.
Well, they were like one and the same. They were in the same building.
Yeah, I was trying to think if they switched Hollywood Video to something else for a while. I know Blockbuster rented games too, but I never rented from Blockbuster. But yeah, so I used to rent a lot of games on the 360 from and on the PS2, but mostly the 360 from Hollywood Video. And Bioshock was one of the games that I rented, and you only had it for like a week, 2 weeks maybe, and you could extend it with more money if you wanted, but at that point you might as well have bought it. So that game, I remember I played Borderlands a lot because that takes a long time if you do all the side quests and stuff. But yeah, so I didn't play to the end of Bioshock, and I think partially that was because I was too scared. I was too scared to play the rest of it. But
yeah, well, I mean, it came out in 2007, which of course is known as the best year of video games ever.
Yeah, what else came out that year besides Halo 3?
Fucking yeah, Halo 3 came out, Bioshock, the Orange Box, Call of Duty 4.
Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what else, but there was a lot of big name games.
Was there a Grand Theft Auto game? When did Grand Theft Auto 4 come out? Was that 2008? I think that might have been a year or two later.
Yeah, I think that's a little later.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They released a bunch of different versions of GTA 4 anyway, so...
Oh, I think one of the Mass Effects came out.
Maybe
Guitar Hero 3? Yo!
Guitar Hero 3 came out in 2007?
Yeah, the first Mass Effect, Diamond, a Simpsons game. And Uncharted. And Uncharted, the first one, so...
Look at that, dude.
2007 was a big year.
That really... Us in middle school was really a golden era of video games and AAA games. Because I feel like PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo were all coming into their own, and they were all on equal footing for a really long time. And then I would say like those 3 years, maybe up until like 2011, like gaming was just, it was so good. And then once we got into high school and it was like 2011 onward, all of those old franchises put out like one more game, but it was developed by someone else, or like it was a spin-off and it was a different character or whatever. And then now, you know, we're in our PS5 and Xbox Series X era, but gaming isn't the same. It's not the same landscape as it was. Like there was DLC and there was online gaming back then, but there was a lot more of an emphasis on single player story mode games, and I don't think you see that a whole lot these days unless it's an Elder Scrolls game or like a From Software game, or you know, something with a big director attached like Hideo Kojima or Guillermo del Toro or one of those, you know. So it's kind of a shame, but it makes us look back on that era of games with that much more fondness, I think. So go us in middle school for having the best fucking video games.
Yeah.
You kids these days in your Fortnite.
Yeah, shit.
I
don't even know when I played it. It was after Infinite was already out, definitely. Because I got like the trio pack. Because, you know, it was Josh's favorite game. I was like, I'll play any of my friends' favorite games ever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Give me it. And I think I beat it in like 4 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's not that long, but I was kind of addicted. Like, you really get sucked into that shit.
Yeah. Hey, man, if it's a game that I will play whatever, because we've already played a couple of each other's top 15 games, and whatever else there is left to play that you highly recommend after I finish Breath of the Wild, then you know, we'll get to that. But yeah, if you feel like it's good enough to recommend, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'd recommend Bioshock to anyone. It's really good.